Hi, this is Fatima. Here let us discuss about the environment tag helper in ASP.NET Core MVC application. Before proceeding to this video, watch my previous video where we have discussed about image tag helper in ASP.NET Core MVC. Nowadays, most of the software development organizations have different environments. Typically, they are development, staging, and production. As a software developer, for our day-to-day development work, we generally use this development environment. In this environment, we generally use the non-minified JavaScript and the CSS files for the purpose of easy debugging. Another advantage of this development environment is that we can make use of the developer exception page. That is, we can show the developer exception page if there is an unhandled exception, so that we can easily understand the root cause of the exception and then take the necessary action to fix that issue. The staging environment. This is very much similar to the prod environment. Nowadays, many organizations use this staging environment to identify any deployment related issues. If you are developing a business-to-business application, then we may be using the services provided by another service providers. So many organizations set up the staging environment to check whether the service providers are working as well for the complete end-to-end testing. In this environment, we usually do not perform the debugging and troubleshoot. So to get the better performance, we will be using minified JavaScript and the CSS files. And also, if there is an exception, instead of showing the developer exception page as in the development environment, we need to show a friendly error page, which should not contain any technical exception details. It should generally shows a generic error message like something went wrong, our IT team is looking into it, please contact these details. This production environment is an actual live environment which is used for day-to-day business. It should be configured for the maximum security as well as the maximum performance. So in this environment, we will be using the minified JavaScript as well as the CSS files. For the better security, we need to show a user-friendly error page instead of the developer exception page when there is an exception. Tag helper. The environment tag helper in ASP.NET Core supports rendering different contents based on the environment of the application. Environment of the application is set by using ASP.NetCore _ environment variable within the launch settings.json file that we already discussed earlier. Let us understand the use of this environment tag helper. This is an ASP.NET Core MVC application we have created with a simple empty project template. Let us use this in order to understand the use of environment tag helper in ASP.NET Core MVC application. For the easy debugging on a local development environment, we want to load this non-minified bootstrap CSS file. But other than the development on staging or production environment, we want to load the minified bootstrap CSS file from the CDN, that is the Content Delivery Network, for better performance. However, if the CDN is down for some reason, our application will not be able to load the file from this CDN. Then we want our application to fall back and load the minified bootstrap file from our own server. These things very easily by using the environment tag helper in ASP.NET Core application. But before understanding how to use the environment tag helper, first let us set the environment in ASP.NET Core. In order to set the application environment, we need to use the ASP.NET Core _ environment variable. So first let us open launch settings. You will find this file within the properties folder. Open this launch settings.json file and set the environment as development. Other possible values we can use here are staging, development, etc. as per our own environment. So the environment tag helper in ASP.NET Core supports rendering the different content based on the environment of the application. So the environment of the application we have set here is the development. We have to modify this view imports.cshtml file to add tag helpers. This will include the tag helpers into our application globally. So now let us include the environment, include equal to development, so here we are loading these non-minified bootstrap CSS files from our own server. Only if our application environment is development, we set our application environment as development in launch settings.json file. So now let us run the application. It will work as expected with the bootstrap style changes. If you click on the view, it will open the product details page. So you will see the expected output environment variable in the launch settings.json file to some other environment like staging or production, etc. Let's run this application. You will not see the bootstrap style changes in our application. This is because we mentioned in this environment tag helper only for the development environment we have to load the non-minified bootstrap CSS files from our own server. So as we change our environment variable to staging in launch settings.json file, it's not loading the non-minified bootstrap CSS files from our own server. So for the environment staging and production, we need to load the minified bootstrap CSS files from the content delivery network or from our own server. Let us see how to do this in our next video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Our next video is about environment tag helper example in ASP.NET Core MVC. Thank you.